Okay, today is experiment day. Probably wondering what the hell is this? Well, it's a $15 spray gun, electric spray gun, $14.99 at Harbor Freight. Yes, folks, we're gonna try this. If this doesn't work out, well then I wasted $15 and about $80 of paint. I got BG33P and some clear. Now, I didn't get enough for the whole car, but this is just a tryout. If this works out, well then great. We can paint the whole car with this. You ask me, well, why didn't I just get a regular spray gun and air compressor? Well, one, I didn't feel like buying an air compressor. I just moved into this new shop. It's really small. There's really no room for a compressor, and most of my tools, even my impacts, are all electric. I really not a fan of air compressor at this point. So yeah, we'll try this first. If this works out, great. If it doesn't, I'll let you know. This is what I'm gonna try it on, the spoiler from the green car. Now you're asking, why is only half of it primered? Well, there's a reason for that. I want to know if I need, because if you primer the fender and the door and the bumper that I'm gonna transfer, then I probably would have to primer I should have to primer the whole car. That's what I've been told. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to shoot this half, the non-primered half, with the color, you know, base and clear, and see how it turns out. And this half, obviously, it's gonna have primer. Now, if the half where I didn't primer is good enough to match the rest of the car, and the green, all this stuff doesn't bleed through, then I'll go ahead and when I shoot the car, I won't primer it. I'm just gonna sand it, scuff it, do my, do the body work on it, and then shoot it, paint it, not primer the whole car. Now, if it turns out that this is gonna be a failure doing this way, and the primered side will turn out better, well then I'll go ahead and primer the whole car. I'm just being lazy, trying not to primer the whole car. That's all, really. So yeah, let me go mix some paint and we'll try this. Okay, the initial impression on this gun, it's really, I mean, we all know it's not as good as an air compressor gun, but it's got some orange peels, but that will all come out. But overall, I think it shut the color not bad. There's a couple spots that I kind of got stuck on the stupid mat that I put on the ground, but you can really see the defined surface. But this is a little darker than this, but I think we'll be fine. I might, judging by this without actual primer, or actually clear coat, I'm sorry, judging by this without actually having clear coated, it looks like I might actually would have to primer the car. It looks like the non-primered side is a lighter and it looks more like the car. So we'll see. I'm gonna go clean the gun and put some clear on it. It says I gotta wait at least 20 minutes. So let me go clear the gun and I'll be right back. Okay, let's get some clear on it. That's 2 coats. One more. Okay folks, this is about 3 hours later. I had it out in the sun, so I'm putting it in the shade so you can see better. It definitely has some orange peeling, but I can color sand that. That should be no issue. I mean, if I hold an angle, you can see some sort of dirt on it, but I painted it outside. I'll let it dry outside, so of course there's gonna be on it. You can kind of see the line right here. There's a line. This is the primered side, this is the not primered side. I noticed when I put it up against the car, this side matched a little bit better. The paint is actually seems to be more depth. I think on this side, the dark green, because you know it is a forest green, the dark green kind of bled through still, so it made this a little bit more darker and a little bit more greener. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the body work and primer the whole car, so that way we get a uniform paint, because I don't want to end up with a lighter green where the original paint is, and then the fender and the door that I put on will be darker because this came about. Okay, here's the final product. This is
I waited about 3 days and then I color sanded it. I sanded it with 1500 grit and then buffed it out. um, I bolted it back on the parts cartridge. It's a lot easier to sand and buff it out, that way I don't have to hold it. You can kind of see the paint. This is the primer side. It looks really, yeah, I like it. I'm happy. It looks really good. Once I color sanded it and buffed it out, there's a little flaw right there. Once I sanded it and buffed it out, the color came out really good. I got rid of all the orange spill. Well, not completely all of it. I didn't sand it all the way down. Basically, I tried to match the factory orange spill. So the side that didn't get primered, I'm not too happy about. You can kind of see where the paint were. See, it has some of this kind of stuff going onto the paint on the wing. So, being I guess I just sanded it, feathered it out. It's smooth, but you can see it. You can make it out where the paint used to crack. This I went too far on when I color sanded. When I buffed it, I didn't watch my edges. Um, yeah, you could kind of make out where the paint was flawed. The dark green paint, the original paint. So I think all in all, I'm happy. I'm gonna use the electric spray gun to paint the whole car. But I will primer the whole car so that way the color comes out uniform. Stay tuned. I'm gonna do some work on the car, and eventually I'm gonna paint it. I'll keep you guys posted. All right, thanks. Comment, like, subscribe. I really could use those right now. And give me some ideas on what I'm doing wrong and what I could do better. All right, thanks. Bye.